Now a 12 News exclusive, one-on-one with Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren. The high-profile Democrat and former presidential candidate was in our region this week for a town hall.
And just before that event, she sat down with 12 News politics editor Ted Nesi. Ted joins us now with the exclusive interview.
Despite sharp disagreements among Democrats in Congress, Senator Warren tells me she thinks they can strike a budget deal by the end of the month, and her priorities will be in it.
Point is, no.
18 months after ending her bid for president, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren came to UMass Dartmouth on Wednesday for a town hall with voters.
Thank you for having me.
While on campus, Warren sat down with 12 News to discuss a wide range of topics, starting with the battle among Democrats over President Biden's $3.5 trillion budget plan. How do you write a budget bill that satisfies everyone from AOC to Senator Manchin in just a few weeks?
Look, that's the whole point. We are negotiating, we are talking, people are pushing their issues. Take child care. Right now, 1 in 4 women who is not in the workforce says that the reason is child care.
Is the child care investment in the bill a sort of a red line for you, the thing you go to the mat for? I know there's a lot of things you like in the bill, but is that a top priority for you? Is this?
Absolutely. We must have a child care bill, and we must have a child care bill so that parents have access, so that it is affordable, and so that it is high quality.
Warren also says she wants the final budget bill to expand Medicare with vision, dental, and hearing coverage, fund home and community-based care, and address climate change. What do you say to people who are worried that maybe this is biting off too much at once, even if they agree with you on the priorities?
So what's important is how we pay for this. When a giant corporation like Amazon stands up and says to its shareholders, says to the public, they made $11 billion in profits last year and turned around and paid 0 in taxes. That is wrong.
Now, Senator Warren is also a member of the Armed Services Committee, which oversees the Pentagon. Coming up new at 6, I ask Warren what she thinks went wrong in Afghanistan. Ted Nesi, 12 News.
Now, more from a 12 News exclusive one-on-one with Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren.
The high-profile Democrat sat down with 12 News politics editor Ted Nesi during a visit to UMass Dartmouth on Wednesday. Ted joins us now with the exclusive interview.
Since 2017, Senator Warren has served on the powerful Armed Services Committee, and that experience has left her with more questions than answers about what went wrong in Afghanistan.
Point is, no.
Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren telling 12 News she plans to grill Pentagon leaders about Afghanistan when they come before Congress.
I particularly would like to continue a line of questions that I've been asking for years now, and that is how it is that we put so much money into the Afghan army, how it is, I mean, we've spent nearly $1 trillion on these folks, and then when we said, okay, we're ready now to leave Afghanistan, that they laid down their arms and turned away. I want to understand what it is that our generals weren't watching over the last 20 years that would cause that to be such a surprise.
Between covering Sharon Reed and covering you, I follow the Armed Service Committee. You've had a lot of hearings in Afghanistan over the years. Do you feel the committee was misled, or do you just feel they just didn't have good information even at the Pentagon?
I had so many generals tell me over and over and over for years now that we were turning the corner in Afghanistan, that it just felt like we're going in a circle. And that's the part that was really frustrating to me. Nobody ever held accountable. Nobody ever dragged back in to say, wait a minute, you were the guy who was here 2 years ago saying we turned the corner. Nope, that guy is now gone, moved on, got his battle ribbons, moved out.
Being a skeptic then in the committee hearings, were you, I assume, sadly unsurprised when you watched how the evacuation unfolded, or did it go worse than even you had expected from taking part in all that?
The collapse of the Afghan army went even faster than I thought.
Warren is currently serving her 2nd term representing Massachusetts in the Senate, and she tells me she plans to run for re-election in 2024. Ted Nesi, 12 News.